Afternoon, and a very warm good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone present over here. Hope you all are doing well and staying safe. Greetings from the team, Petroleum Engineers Association. Welcome to this live webinar on Nebosh IGC and Iosh MS by Mr. Shahid Ali Ansari, approved trainer for Nebosh IGC, Nebosh HSW, Iosh Managing Safety. Iosh Working Safety Medic First Aid. Now, without wasting any further time, I would like Sir Shahid Ali Asari to start this introductory session. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much for introduction of mine. First of all, I would welcome all of you on behalf of ACE Training and Consulting in association with Petroleum Engineers Association. All right. My name is Shahid. You guys can hear me. And if you have any problem, you can just re-log in. You can just log out, come back again. And if you have any questions here, you can type in the chat box. We will have all the question and answers in the end of the session. So going forward, I'm just going to close my video now so that my audio is more clear to you. You guys can even see the screen as well. So welcome all of you. As we said, good morning for people who are in the different part of the world. Here is evening, so good evening and good afternoon to the people who are in Middle East. All right. Just a brief introduction of mine. My name is Shahid Ali Asadi. And basically, I'm born and brought up in Hyderabad. It's my native place. I speak all the languages, the regional language Telugu. I speak not much, but yes, I do understand and speak well. I speak Hindi, English, Urdu, and also I am aware of Arabic as well because I was for 7 years in Middle East as well. So I was associated with Reach Training and Consulting. There is a manpower consultancy, and they were also into training and consulting services. So I was associated with, again, Aspire Middle East Training Center, which is across the Middle East, based in UAE. There I was working as a sales representative for health and safety products. All right. So I started my career here in 2011. I've been in this career of health and safety. It was one of my associate who was a colleague of mine who just got this into picture that this is a field wherein you can come. At that time, my age was 33. So imagine 2011 and now I am 43. So in 10 years, I have achieved much more qualifications in this, thank God, and thanks to my colleagues as well. So I am associated with ACE Training and Consulting. I'm the operations manager pan India, and also I'm a managing partner of ACE Training and Consulting across the globe. We are presently working in UAE and also in India. In India, we have one branch in Hyderabad, but we have different training centers in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, all the metros across the Telangana state and many parts of India. And we have been giving training for not only Nebosh courses, but all health and safety courses. Especially, we are much more trained and we have expertise in first aid trainings for India level and also the international first aid trainings like medic first aid, Red Cross first aid, and then St. John's ambulance first aid. I am a medic first aid trainer that has been, I've got this in 2014. I've been associated with them in 2016. I became a trainer of medic first aid and I've given an examination for that. So I started my journey in 2011. As I said, I've started with OSHA, that is Occupational Safety and Health Association in United States of America. And then I've done a construction safety diploma there. Once I've completed that, I've joined a company, Reach Training and Consulting. They were a manpower consulting company, but I've been there for for a couple of months actually. Then I was promoted to a different company, and that was a direct training and consulting company. Now coming back to our subject, since 10 years, I've been associated with ACE, as I told you, and this is a baby that we have started here in Hyderabad in 2011, early 2011. And then from there on, we have continued our journey and successfully we have taught across more than 7,000 students in Nebosh IGC International General Certificate Qualification. You can see that 90,000 of more than 90,000 people have been associated with Nebosh. They have completed this diploma. So there, it is like we have contributed our part in this, and I'm just saying about a level 3 course. In Nebosh, there are different levels, like starts from level 2, level 3, and then level 6, then level 8, and then you become a member. You can even research on that. You become a chartered member, and then that's how the journey goes on. All right. So we will talk about what is the benefits, and then we will see what is Nibosh. Many of you have heard about this. This is a very famous thing because in 2010, when we came back to India to start this business, I was there in UAE. We planned for India. When I came back here, I used to see that Nibosh was a weird kind of thing. A word for this terminology was a weird kind of terminology for the people here. It was like if I just used to say there is a course called Nebosh, they used to say something like, is it some kind of uh, karate, or it's coming from China, this word, or something, a Chinese qualification, something. It used to sound in that way because Nebosh, Iosh, these are the terms that's being used. And I was very familiar in Middle East because most of them are working there. They have that kind of environment, and they know about the subjects. So it was very easy to tell them, and we used to counsel the people there. But here when we came, and this was a very new subject, but at that time I had that confidence because we know that India is going to be a very big market when we see in this health and safety field, because Kerala was the only state that was producing a lot of health and safety graduates and health and safety experts, you can say. But right now, in 2000, from since the journey from 2011, as I told you, till 2014, we struggled to explain people, to show the grass is greener on the other side. We used to tell them, explain that Nibosh has got a career, these courses have got a lot of career and a lot of money, and if you talk about your careers, definitely it will give you a jump in your career. Believe me, at that time it was like that. But from 2014, we expected, and our sales team actually, they just got their numbers, their figures double, because people were much aware about it by that time. They know what is Nibosh. Now I'll tell you what Nibosh is. Nibosh is a organization. It's a non-charitable organization in United Kingdom. It's in Leicester, and Nibosh stands for National Examination Board for Occupational Safety and Health. IGC stands for International General Certificate. Now IGC is one of the qualifications that Nibosh has. Now we are going to see in this presentation that what are the scopes and what are the importance of it. We'll see what the content this course has. This is a worldwide. One thing before I just tell you this, this is a worldwide famous qualification. Anyone, if you go to any Middle East countries and then you are saying that you are a health and safety expert, you are looking for a job in health and safety, they would consider you to have this minimum qualification of IGC. And if you guys know this, I think you already know about it, or if your colleagues, your friends, or your relatives might be working in Gulf, Middle East, they definitely might be knowing it. And one more opportunity that we have gotten from 2017, that we have noticed, because I have been in several programs throughout the globe, in Europe especially. I've visited the Iosh. Iosh is again another non-charitable organization, a very big and very famous organization in health and safety, that is called the Institution for Occupational Safety and Health. That organization has a lot of scope and a lot of categorized scopes in their organization. So I've been there. I've been to United Kingdom, to their office. I have a lot of colleagues there who are working, and then who give us the first hand information. I'm a member of Iosh, and that's a privilege actually, if I tell you. If you people might know this, and you might be knowing about it, or somebody might be having a membership of that. I am a grad member of Iosh body. Grad means I'm a graduate. I'm a graduate in health and safety. Basically, my qualification is an MBA. I've done my MBA, and that was a way long back, 2014. I've completed it because it took a long 9 years to complete my graduation and then do my MBA. and my MBA was through disaster management. My core subject was disaster management. All right. So just going through this, now we'll see what Nebosh is. Nebosh is a qualification that is, I can tell you, Nebosh is a very highly respected awarding body that supports your not only long-term careers, but gain a transferable skills. And then it gives you a broaden opportunities, a value added to your organization. And how you ask your boss for a Nebosh general certificate training. How do you do that? Okay. See, Nibosh, since 2009, they've started this qualification at a mass level. Means a person who has to work should have a mandate of a Nibosh IGC qualification so that he becomes a manager or maybe a supervisor. You get a better position. All right. So what they did is, first of all, previously the company used to pay the full fees of Nibosh because they wanted their employees to be a certified employee, a Nibosh certified employee, because Nibosh is globally accepted. This certificate is globally accepted everywhere. And this qualification asks for a significant time investment as well that comes with the price. And that we are talking not only we are not talking about the cost, but we are talking about the price that might make an employer happy to hire you and will also strengthen your CV as well. And the benefits are very high benefits. I'll just read out some benefits for you. Nibosh is a highly respected awarded body throughout the globe. Anywhere you have OSHA, you have Iosh, you have IBOSH, you have EBOSH. There are several bodies that you will find from they are bodies from Germany, they are bodies coming from EU, European Union, they are bodies from different nations. But you see on top of this there are two bodies which are actually dictating the terms, and their qualification is accepted worldwide, not only because they spend money on that, not only because they do the marketing of that, the standards which they made it, it is must it is like very compatible with the with our governance. It is very compatible with every department of the sector we are talking about. All right. So there are a lot of people, thousands of leading experts, organizations that helped us update most widely respected qualifications, as I told you. And why Nebosh people do Nebosh? Because it gives you a process of safety. You do a proper risk assessment. You know the standards, when and how to do it, and know how to do it. So it makes your workplace much safer. There is a qualification which is called the health and safety, uh, um, work, health and safety at workplace. So what does it stand for? HSW, health safety at workplace. So you are at work. So majority of the accident happens on work, most of the time, because we spend on work. So we say that there are a lot of accidents that happens at work. So now when we talk about the scope, what are the scopes, how it is accepted, where it is accepted, we have mentioned a very few companies or very few organizations that worldwide, like Merck, Shell, and then British Petroleum, Sanskar, Nestle, Dubai World Trade Center, General Electricals, Google, Oracle. These are majorly big companies, Deloitte and all this, you have heard about it. They give a high importance to this qualification, especially Nebosh. I'm talking about Dell. We heard about Dell, and Dell is like everybody has. I'm using the laptop of Dell. A lot of people who are using it. It's very famous brand. Dell has integrated the HSE Nebosh standards at their workplace. Their manufacturing centers in Malaysia. They have a manufacturing center in Europe. I'm not sure where exactly in Europe, but yes, in Europe they have many manufacturing centers all over throughout. Nebosh standards are followed there, and these are a few companies that we have mentioned here. So it is accepted. And one more thing very important that I'm going to tell you. Nebosh certificate can be verified in just 2 minutes. They have made it so simple for you guys. Now, before this pandemic, we used to have the certificate, and there was a learner number or a certificate number which is there printed on the uh, what we say the certificate. All right, people, what was the procedure for finding out whether the certificate is the original certificate, it's a relevant certificate, how your employer used to do it? he used to just take a scanned copy of the certificate or type in that number, send it to Nebosh. They give you a reply within 72 hours. So it might take that kind of time to verify the certificate. Right now, you need only a application. You can just go to that application, verify it within next 1.5 minute. You find that the qualification what you are using is a certified qualification and can be rectified and can be checked checked through a process. So it is used as for what we say attestation. There are a lot of countries who accept attestation, especially Dubai, Saudi. When you go to Bahrain, when you go to Oman, they need that country specific the attestation. So Nebosh IGC, one of the qualification that accepts this the attestation as well. And I'm really honest with you. I've seen a person who was not a graduate and then he got an Nebosh IGC certificate. Believe me, this will be a very value added certificate for you. He got that attested, and then his family was there. He was actually there for more than 4.5 years without a family. And once he's completed his qualification with Nebosh, he got it attested from India and then from the Saudi attestation body, and then he got his family there. So this is a certificate which can have this kind of value as well. Or else they would not consider the 10+2. They will not consider the discontinued of engineering all, because 10+2 is not considered as a attested certification there. So the only certificate can be attested is your graduation certificate. Now it is equivalent to that. I'm saying you. Okay. In terms of Nebosh, it is only an entry level certificate for you. You're just considered to be an entry level qualified person of health and safety, HSC we can say. So, but that certificate gives you that value. All right. So we are talking about some scapes now. What are the benefits of it? If you talk about, so we have mentioned only a few benefits, but I'll mention you more benefits of it. First and foremost thing is why we are doing this Nebosh course. Why health and safety? Globally, it is called HSE. Now, when we are in India and UK, when you go there, you will find the term called HSE, Health, Safety and Environment. And when you go to Australia or Far East, they will tell you the term used there is SHE, SHE, Safety, Health and Environment. And when you're going to United States, you're going to Canada, they will use the term called EHS, Environmental Health and Safety. It's all one and the same. But the thing is, here, health is the priority. In United States, environment is the priority, and in Far East, safety is the priority. That's the only the criteria. But it's one and the same: HSE, SHE, or EHS. So this is how it is. So the first and foremost thing why we are doing this course, what attracted me, I'll tell you about myself. What attracted me for this field? I actually wanted to become a doctor, but I landed up becoming a graduate, a commerce graduate, because there were some situations at that time. I was a very average candidate at that time. I was not a very good learner. I was not determined. I was not focused in that field. But once I was into conscious, then when I saw, okay, this world is like, I have to be very competitive now. I need more guidance. Then I find it, how can I help people? I can't become a doctor right now. I can just do some diplomas and try to help people like nursing and home nursing, all those things today people are doing too. But the intentions that I had is I at least need a qualification for that. This first thing hit to my mind is I can help people not going to a doctor by adapting this field. And believe me, this is called the most noblest field in United Kingdom. At least they say you guys are HSE guys are a noble profession guys, because you won't allow a person to go to a doctor. Right? We minimize workplace injuries and illness, minimize accidents. Minimizing accidents. How many accidents do you think happens at the workplace? If you find the analysis in construction industry, if I go through that, the time given to me will not be enough. But if I talk about that, there are more than 70% accident that happens in the construction industry. And we will talk about what is an accident, how it comes, what are behavioral accidents, what are situational accidents. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying you a figure, just a layman figure. 70% of the accidents that happens on a workplace, that is in the construction industry, a very high rate. Now how do we need to minimize it? if you convert this, and if you have a best workforce having this qualifications right and really doing it with a will, and you apply this and implement this the certification what we have learned, believe me, the table reverses. We have 70% of the people who are really safe, and 30%, actually that is something that we are giving 100%, but that will not never happen, because behavioral accidents are more than situational accidents. Behavioral is like, I behave, the road is fine, I'm trying to joyride my bike or my car, and I make an accident, so nobody can help me in that. So I need to be more conscious about that. So if I'm conscious, then the accidents definitely would be minimized. So we are talking about minimizing workplace, the benefits, what will happen after this qualification. Boost employee well-being. Now we are talking about, in this pandemic situation, we all know the term called well-being, mental well-being, health well-being. What is well-being? People, countries are investing billions and billions of rupees and dollars into this field now of being well-being. Now what they're doing, they're trying to raise the standards of the healthcare. Are we seeing that? Are we not seeing it? People know. I'm not talking about the negative aspect what our country has felt just a few days back, having no oxygen in places. But if we are talking about some positive, we have a big scope here of doing it. Is it not? If I take as an opportunity, what could I do instead of sitting and crying? We don't have oxygen. We can't breathe here. We can say that we have a lot of opportunity to grow from here. We have a lot of opportunity to give a boost to our employees, and that is how the well-being is. That is how you make your life better. That is how the scope you count. Not only in health and safety, you have a lot of categories right now, a lot of opportunities in this after the pandemic. Don't think that after the pandemic you're going to lose jobs, there are no jobs, and people who are actually trying to look, no. Definitely the people who are focused, they know which are the, we know the gray areas now, we know the gaps now, where we are lacking, where we need to commit, where we need to invest, and where how we need to do it. Previously, one of my colleague who is attending this, he is a mentor of mine in this, actually, especially getting my daughter into the field of medicine. Actually, she was about to take the homeopathic medicine. And he got, literally he got her from homeopathic medicine to the allopathy medicine, the regular practice. Now she is, my daughter is in B pharmacy because of him. He made her mind, and that industry is making billions and billions of, not only rupees, I'm saying you, we are all dependent on that industry right now. We can grow now. The people who have a well-being, who have their good mind, a sound mind, that a line says sound mind in a sound body. So it is like, if you have a sound mind and good people come into this kind of courses, what will happen? Definitely there will be a change, a positive change will come. So what is the most the benefits? Minimizing workplace injuries, demonstrate your commitment to health and safety, which can win the business. The businesses can win. All right. So we have talked much about this. Now, some elements that is covered in Nebosh IGC. Now, because I'm particularly giving you this one, I can't show you all the diploma level, the elements of diploma or a level 2 HSW diploma. This is a qualification which runs throughout the globe and accepted everywhere. And this is what people will ask you at the entry level of your job. So what are the topics here in there? So the first element talks about why should you manage workplace health and safety. So why should we do that? And that is very important, that we need to understand why we are doing it actually. So for three big reasons. One is a moral reason. Yeah, because nobody wants, as a human, you don't want people to cry, you don't want people to see suffering. Are we seeing it? Really, it gives tears in our eyes. We are trying to help people, but we won't be able to see that. So one big reason is moral reason. Second big reason is financial reason. Yes, at the same time, because businesses needs money, they are the organizations have put a lot of money to make money, and that is how it goes. So that is where financial picture comes into place. And the third reason is the legal implementation. Then that is moral, legal, and financial. We say just three big reasons why we are managing safely. Legal, why legal? Because there should be somebody who should observe. There should be uh, what we say, some kind of um, process on that. There should be some kind of I'm not getting that particular thing. Like what I'm trying to say is, there should be a grip, a particular grip on that process, how it is going, a legal grip. We can't go beyond our limits. We can't go beyond the government provided the government orders. So that is how there should be. These three things are very important. That is well explained in this process. Now, this first four topics that we are talking, I'm not going to talk about all the topics. I'm just giving you a brief on that. So first four topics talks about the management. The first four topics talks about the management, how and where and how, why it is being released and how it is implemented. So we called it in a simple state PDCA. It is called the plan, do, check, and act. Now, this is a management cycle that is followed in that four topics. And then we talk about the from 5th to 11th topic, we talk about the all the practicalities on a workplace. You might be working in an industry, construction. You might be working in a manufacturing industry. You might be working in a sports industry or an entertainment industry. Any industry you name on the globe, on the surface of this earth, you might definitely have a safety process in that. That is mandatory. Now, this will help you. What is musculoskeletal disorders or musculoskeletal health? What is chemical and biological agents? Everybody knows about it. Now, there are some details about it. So we talk about that, and the elements talk about that. So you have a good information on that. And Nebosh doesn't only talk about that, but it gives you a practical assessment paper also. There are two examinations in there, wherein because of this pandemic, they have brought this examination. Previously, the examination was Nebosh used to conduct three examinations. One was paper one, talking about management. Second was the paper two, talking about the workplace health and safety culture. And the third one, it was talking about was a project. Then that was a risk assessment project. So people used to go to the British Council, write the examination for 2.5 or 3 hours, come back. One day, one examination, second day, second examination. So 2 days after that, 1 week for submitting the project. Now, after the pandemic, what they've done is they got this cut short into two papers. So this is a new syllabus which talks about this. And two papers means one is a written paper, and that too you need to type and submit that. Online examination, it's an open book examination. Open book means there's a people will okay, why it is open book, and after open book, what is the value of the certificate? Because open book is everybody will pass. No, still, what is the passing percentage of Nebosh throughout the globe after making this? 5 6 examinations has happened after this pandemic. Now every 2 months they conduct an exam. The passing percentage from 37 percentage to 44 percentage throughout the globe. Again, only 6 to 8% of hike in that, because again they require an understanding of it. People should understand the concept of it. It is not just an open book examination. The examination has a logic, has a catch, that it's a scenario based examination. We will teach you, and we will show you how you need to crack that examination, and then how you need to approach for that. And again, you have a practical. So two papers now. One is a written paper and second is a project. So we show you in that. So this is about the course content. And then, as I told you, Nebosh conducts the exam by open book examination, that is also called the OBE, open book examination, open book exam. Okay, now February exam is already done. April and June, we are about to do this examination on 9th June. We have got some candidates or learners registered for that. We are in the process now. From Monday, from tomorrow, again, we have classes for them. And then we take online classes through Zoom, as we are doing it right now. There would be a trainer. We will give you an e-learning access platform, so that we are on the single page. So you and the trainer would be on the single page. They have the mock exam. All the thing is made there. So, and then the next exam for you guys is again on 4th August. Every 2 months exam, and every 2 months you get your results as well. So again, October and December. For this year, it is like till December you have examination. So more 3 examinations on the way. So people who are planning for this, you can go about this. You can have more research if you are looking for. And then that's about Nebosh. Now I can go on and on and on, because Nebosh subject, I think in health and safety, this is the only qualification that we are doing it right now in this lockdown. I'm in southern India, Hyderabad, and then not opening the office because 6 to 10 a.m. is the relaxation time of lockdown. 9 o'clock we used to open the office regularly till 6:30, 7 o'clock, but we are unable to open that. We are trying to open it. I opened it for 3 or 4 times in this lockdown since last 15 20 days. But 10 o'clock we need to, 9:30 I need to close and rush again to my home. So this is how. Now the only qualification that is giving us this kind of result, because they have made it online. We give training online, the examination is online. We don't have to do. That is the only thing that is giving us the business, and giving at the same time we are. It is giving the benefit to the learner as well. So there are many more courses like IELTS, or you can say many other English language courses, French language courses, or languages courses are there. There are many other courses that can give, but the certification also is online. So in that way, I can, as I told you, now introduction to Iosh managing safely. As I said, Institution for Occupational Safety and Health, IOSH stands. It's a very reputed body in United Kingdom. Again, it is much more older than Nebosh. So, the qualification when you get from Nebosh, Iosh is the one who actually gives the membership. Nebosh doesn't give you any membership, but here they give the membership. You can become a member depending on the grades and the level of qualification you acquire. And once you acquire the qualification, you get that membership. Believe me, that membership is highly appreciated throughout the globe. I have witnessed to that. I'll tell you some benefits of Iosh managing safely. Now there are several courses in Iosh also. I will talk about the most two famous courses that we do, and globally it is many of the learners do that. That is called, one is managing safely, that is the level 2 course, and working safely, that is just the basic course. There is no level for that course. That can be done by anyone, laborers, white collar, blue collar, anyone can do that. So it's a 3-day course. It's just a 24 hours course, 24 hours including the examination pattern as well. So you attain the course for 18 hours. You do the practical assessment, you write the examination, you do all that, and 24 hours is enough for that. So in 3 days we conduct this. Morning 10 to 5 we take the classes, conduct the classes online, but the examination is not online. We submit this. You need to submit this examination, scan copy, and send it to us online itself. But it is like Nebosh. For Nebosh, you press a submit to the tab, and that directly goes to Nebosh. Now here it comes to us, and then we are doing it like it's a manual examination. So in that way, you can even do this qualification also right now. Every 3 months we conduct a batch, because we have to have at least a 30 member for conducting a batch. One or two people also can do that, but the certification will be processed in 2 months, 60 days of time to get the certificate as well. So Iosh managing safely, again, is, as I told you, it's a level 2 qualification. People do this qualification after they become a manager or a supervisor, or a good or they acquire a very good position, especially in UAE. When I was there, as I told you, in 2009, 10, and 11, I used to see a lot of people doing Iosh managing safely. Why? It is for the managers, it is only for the supervisors. Now here, this qualification can be acquired by anyone. I can say, for any stream. You might be an IT guy, you might be a guy from you might be from a different field itself, but Iosh managing safely will help you giving the safety standards, integrated safety standards in yourself. So that is how the benefit of Iosh course is. Now, why managing safely works? What are the scopes of it? Managing safely is also an ideal foundation, for further studies. For those who are looking to pursue a career in health and safety sector, it will even open opportunities to gain qualifications from a national examination board of occupational safety, and that is Nebosh. The Iosh managing safely allows productivity to be maintained. Iosh managing safely helps managers, supervisors thoroughly understand and apply HSC legislations throughout, wherever you may be. You may be in UK, you may be in Europe, you may be in US. This some qualifications will not be accepted because they have their own qualifications, like OSHA. It's just something. Now Iosh is worldwide recognized, as I told you. Iosh managing safely will help you serve community better. That is also one. Because why community? I'm talking about the membership. You become a member of Iosh, they do a lot of community work. you know uh, 2 years back, 2018, they have got a project for British Railways. It's a huge project that they had. Imagine that project can be brought back to India, and we can do it for, because in Asia there is nobody as big as in India for the railway sector. Imagine how we can apply there, what kind of safety standards can be there. So just if you think in that way and think your perspective in that growth, and do your analysis, you will know understanding this qualification will definitely help you. Even in talking about your financial wise, it is a very basic program for a very few price. But you know what, people will just say that I want a certificate. That there are a lot of calls who comes to me. We say I don't have time, I just need a certificate for 3 days, I can't even attend that those 3 days. Can you manage that for me? I say it is managing safely. So we only manage safely, we don't manage apart from safety. So you know what I mean. So we don't do that. We just give you a qualification. Okay, it might be difficult for you for 3 days. Maybe we will conduct it for 4 5 days. Maybe a week, every day 2 hours. We can divide in that into 10 days, maybe 12 days. But you get this certificate, and you have a lot of benefits of that. Okay, what to expect from managing safely? You have as because I am a trainer of managing safely, I have given this training several times. I love to give managing safely. Believe me, I if you give me an opportunity to which qualification would you train on, definitely I would get a lot of money in Nebosh qualifications. But because day wise it's a 10 days training, but day wise Iosh managing safely is a 3 days training. But I would prefer Iosh managing safely because the training is so applied training, we can say it's so applied that you see the virtual there is a virtual video that is played in Iosh. You try to understand, you try to make, try to understand, identify the hazards, what is going to happen next. They will give you a picture, what are the missing things here, how can you minimize the accident by applying what. And in the next picture you will see that they have applied, and the accident is because there are a lot of subjects. One of my favorite subjects in teaching Ayush managing safely is accident investigation. I really love to give that topic. So in that way, there are a lot of. I think I have a very less time, maybe more 10 15 minutes. So I'll just try to wrap up. But I was saying that managing safely is something that will keep you on toes. 3 days you won't feel like how this 3 days has completely you have completed this 3 days. You have a lot to learn. So this there are checklist, material supplied, subsequent use of workplace, informal, interactive quizzes and discussions, because you see a lot of interaction happening. We have quizzes. There will be quiz. Not only they will say you how um, uh, the civil code and the criminal code apply their what are the difference between civil code and the criminal code. What are the charges criminal court will take, and how the civil. We don't have to be a lawyer for that. You just know the basics of it. Yes, I really enjoyed that training when I was a learner, and then when I am a trainer. So evaluation using multi-format question paper. Yeah, it's a MCQ, multiple choice questions, and then you have hazard spotting exercise. That's called the risk assessment. Again, you will spot the hazard on that paper. Really, believe me, that's a very interesting thing that you're going to do. Whether you're doing it or not, ask somebody who has completed their managing safely honestly. Okay. Now, benefits of health managing safely, health and safety management. What are the benefits? We can talk on and on. As I said, improved health and safety performance. Definitely, it will improve. Why do you prefer Toyota? Why do you prefer Honda? I'm just asking you. Why do you prefer iPhone, Samsung? Why don't you prefer any other phone? I'm not going to name any other phone. I don't know which phones are more hazardous, but I use iPhone. I use a Samsung. Okay, why do we use Toyota now? When I prefer, I'm using a Hyundai car right now because of the economical standards. But when I get money, I'll definitely switch over to Toyota. Why? Because improved safety performance, quality, safety. When you invest in this kind of the safety, the health, how they prepare it, then something you get value for it. Reduce costs associated with accidents and incidents. Yes, we do. Even though if you have an insurance, definitely there will be a cost, because the insurance is going to pay the cost, and we are going to pay, or the company is going to pay the premium. Improve staff relations and morale. Definitely, when you have a safety, you will feel like going to an office. What is the attrition rate of Google? What is the attrition rate of Google? There are hell lot of process in Google. And the attrition rate, I'm talking about the AdWords campaign process, which were there in 2007 and 8. I have given interview in Google. At that time, it was an AdWord campaign process. and they said there is a 0% attrition rate. Can you believe that? That is not unbelievable. Improve business efficiency, yes. Improve public image and PR, definitely. When you have minimized, you are investing on health and safety standards, definitely. Now you see a president of United States comes and says that my people, especially who have taken the vaccination, should not wear a mask. Can you imagine the leader is saying that don't wear a mask now, you are so secure, and when he's talking about that, he's really very confident talking about that. Believe me, he is really confident talking about that. He's just not saying for the sake of saying. Lower insurance premiums, yes, because no accidents, no insurance claims. Increase regulatory compliance, boost corporate social responsibilities, improve performance, on and on and on and on. So you can talk about lot of benefits of Iosh managing safely, and Nebosh international general certificate, health and safety qualification, level 6 qualification. There are several qualifications that we talk about. So I've ended my session here. I think my pace is a bit high, so you guys might have more questions on that. So I can see some more chats. I just have to open it. Is that clear, Mr. Nickel?